How's it going, everyone? Arctic Knight here, and we are back with another episode of, and the final episode of Hooked on You, a Dead by Daylight dating simulator. So this is it. We're going to be done after this episode, which I'll give my thoughts of the game later on, but you're excited to return to the lantern room of this lighthouse, despite all of the drama and worry that was previously a part of this place for you. More importantly, you're excited to be there with spirits, which makes it all the more crushing when you're interrupted by the arrival of Claudette and Dwight. Claudette, Dwight, funny seeing here. Wait, did I say funny? I meant tragic. Tragic? I don't think so. What could be tragic about a family reunion? Those are always joyous occasions in my experience. Before they can explain what that's even supposed to mean, the lighthouse begins to howl a low, frightening sound. The lens begins to glow in a now familiar way. You prepare to shield your eyes in case something bad happens to you again. Now isn't the time for any reality show adjacent shenanigans. Dwight, Claudette, shield your eyes. We don't know what the lighthouse will... Now, please don't interrupt. You don't think after all this time you know that we've got your... You think after all this time, you know that we've got your best interests in mind. Wait, what? No, of course, I don't think that I... Got wax in yours, friend? I asked you not to interrupt. Too late. The black light flares in the darkness. You see something horrible and strange. In the place of Dwight and Claudette are two ghoulish silhouettes. Before you can focus on them, the light passes, and the two survivors are returned to their normal states. It's breezy up here. I should have packed a sweater. What in the hairy hell? Hey, watch the language. You shouldn't speak that way. Around your elders. It's the Oni. The spirit's just all like, fuck me. Grandpa? My little Rin. You're such a woman now. They grow up so fast. What? Arctic? Meet Grandpa Kazan Yamako. Well, technically, not just Grandpa. He's my great-great-great-great-great-grandpa. But that's a lot of greats to say in a row. I haven't seen my little Rin since I watched over her from the afterlife when she was just a little girl. And I expect you all to say the greats. It's a matter of honor and respect. Except Rin. She can do whatever she wants. My precious little angel, but you... Only stares at you with his demonic red eyes. You're pretty sure even the decorative third eye on his mask is looking at you. Oh yeah, that is looking at me. You mongrel. You treat me with respect, or so help me. I'll be cleaning bits of your head off of my kanabo. A kanabo is like a metal baseball bat covered in spikes. FYI, I know what a kanabo is. I have watched One Piece. I'm not sure what a peasant like you is doing so close to a descendant of the noble Yamako bloodline in the first place. Dirk, Claudine, explain what's going on to me. It's Dwight, sir, and Claudette, remember? We explained to you that you were going to come meet your great-great-great-great-granddaughter sooner and to give or withhold your approval. 5 greats! Great-great-great-great-great-grandfather, sir, your honor, master, sir. Dwight, he's a samurai, not a judge. Grandpa, they must have summoned you here because they think you have a great judgment, and because if they summoned my father, I would be too distracted by torturing them for all eternity to continue the rest of the whatever this is. Show? Game? Experience? Ah, yes, that makes sense. Only a man of my own power and magnitude can help. Self-important much? Nice to meet you, Kazan. Only my friends and family call me Kazan. Those who tremble in fear of my presence call me Oni. You're seeing a serious resemblance to Trapper in not only the sheer size of the man that Oni is, but also his attitude. Apparently, Spirit has a type. You sure you can, or want to measure up to that? It dawns on you that, wait a second, maybe you do resemble Oni. Every time you've tried to look at your own reflection, however, you become dizzy and confused. This definitely deserves more thought, but now is not the time to consider the fact that you might be some kind of hulking vampire with the first ever case of self-blindness. There's a massive samurai mad dodging you from 2 steps away. Well, you don't scare me at all, so I'll stick with Kazan. Peasants, I realize now that the true purpose of my visit is to extinguish your light. Oni waves his katana in the air at you menacingly. Like great-great-great-great-great-grandfather, like great-great-great-great-great-granddaughter, apparently. Hold up there, Grandpops. Not so fast. You're not supposed to kill them if they deserve it. First, you should get to know them a little better. Young people these days, always waiting to kill, insisting they must deserve it. Back in my day, you did what needed to be done because your nobility depended on it. That must have been some wild times. In his day, for such an imposing presence, he sure is giving off serious old man yells at cloud vibes. You see, when I was a young man, we didn't have foreigners in our land. Didn't need them. We had an abundance of culture already. A little too much if you ask me. But I didn't make the rules. The rulers did. Exactly how it should be. Literature, art, commerce, theater, fashion, poetry, puppet shows, ghost stories, courtesans, gambling, fighting, fine dining, fast food, fast food, public executions. What were we talking about? Spirit giggles at her. Great. Okay, I'm not saying all those every time at Omi's forgetfulness. You wonder, does she even like this guy? She sure hates her father, so... Listen up, old man. We don't have time for you to list off every activity available to a samurai in the entirety of the Edo period. Silence, peasant. You're showing your ignorance. Samurai were forbade from many activities that didn't befit the Bushido code. Bushido. Such as attending certain theatrical performances, for instance. Sometimes, however, a samurai would put on a disguise in order to seek out entertainment. Now, I'm not saying I did that, because I had honor and a body built like an entire castle that's quite hard to hide. But clearly, you have neither my honor nor my physique. You don't even know about the ins and outs of the shifting rules of traditional Japanese samurai etiquette. You fool! Rin, what would you want with such an uneducated admirer as this? You find it hard to believe that any contemporary person knows all that much about who was and wasn't allowed to do what leisure activities over 100 years ago. However, you're really not sure how to handle this massive demonic old man. Oh, wait, I get it. Sweet Rin, my beautiful descendant. You invited me here to do what you're too kind to do. Bash this jerk's head in. Spirit's just looking at me, just like, no, please don't bash in my boyfriend's head. Claude, Doris, fetch my kanabo. Rin, wrap your robe around this Mongol's hands and hold them still. We'll splatter their brains on the beach together, as a family. Grandpa, no, that's not why I invited you here at all. In fact, I didn't invite you. Claudette and Dwight did. Aha, haha, yes, sure, wink, wink, wink. This whole saying wink out loud thing is getting out of hand. Him and Trapper really do have a lot in common, don't they? I swear, Arctic has a good soul and the heart of a warrior. They fought for my love in their own way, faced down death more than once, and put up their fair share of nonsense. Yeah, I have, with those 2 buffoons to your left. You're right, my bad, sir. Nonsense, which seems to be endless. Can I, wrap this up already? Of course. And who am I to expect anyone to wait around for my approval? I've only been hanging out as a ghost and watching my bloodline be polluted by cowards and quitters for 5 generations. Just come give your ancestor-in-law a hug. Sword drawn, Oni beckons you closer. There's no way he has ever hugged anyone in his entire life. I think I'm good over here, actually. Rin, now, push them my way and I'll split them in half. The sacrifice of this usurper to the Yamako bloodline will surely bring us back to life and set us back on the course of honor. You're so silly, Grandpa. We both know that only one sacrifice can get our family back on track. Revenge on my father, your great-great-great-great-grandson, traitor to the Yamako name. The lust for violence in your voice. It fills me with cheer. I'll never forget who I am. I suppose, if this is the person you want to be with, or go on your journey of bloody revenge with, I should trust your judgment. The strength inside of you blooms from the same cherry tree that was planted centuries ago by our shared ancestors. And if Arctic ever treats me poorly, you have my word on our family's honor. I will wield my katana and gut them like a fish. A tear rolls down from behind Oni's demonic mask. You sure you want to marry into this? Yes, I do. And one last word of advice, my dear girl. The father stuff, don't forget it. But maybe stop focusing so specifically and obsessively on it. What he did, it was awful. But what is already done, do something for yourself now. Just my 2 cents. Be well, Rin. I will see you again soon. Now let's go, servants. Clint, Denise, return me to the stables. I assume my dragon has been fed and tended to? Yes? Sure? I swear this is better than dealing with Trapper's dad. I'm sorry if I was disrespectful of your great-great-great-great-great-grandfather. He seemed like a very special man. I realize I will never measure up to someone like that. A warrior with a hell of a fashion sense. I mean, that mask. Don't worry. I would never expect you to. Or want you to, really. If all I wanted was the biggest brute alive, I'd be down at Trapper's Cave right now, avoiding his vintage bear traps. But that's not the life I've imagined for myself. This sense of abstract duty, anger at a world changing around me, a lust for blood, that's no way to live, and yet, as you now know, that is the Yamako way of life. Forever, I'm cursed to battle against the dragon that lives inside me. Or at least, maybe I was, until now. Call me the Dragon Tamer, baby. You haven't won this game yet. Please don't ruin it. Sorry, I have no idea where that came from. I think we spent enough time in this lantern room. We should get back to the beach. The moonlight sets a romantic mood as storm clouds roll in and surround the black lighthouse. You know, the sun might have set, but if we wait long enough, it will rise again. Spirit removes her sheer robe, showing you her strappy black bikini. Her pale skin glows under the light of the moon. Maybe you could help me get a head start on applying tomorrow's sunscreen. Again? I mean, yeah, of course. Last time was, well, I definitely felt more connected to you afterwards. To be totally real with you, I kind of just asked you as a goof, but I really enjoyed it. I swear though, if you tell anyone about this, I will not be labeled a foot freak. Now that there is anything wrong with feet, it's just that something about that kind of attention really gets people talking. Steady, steady. God, that's so goddamn hot. I love feeling your hands sliding up and down my feet and between my toes. My skin has never been more moist. Oh God. Get up here right now. Oh my God. Before you can find a towel to wipe off your lotion hand, Spirit grabs you and pulls you in close. Her lips lock onto yours. They're surprisingly soft and warm. The sensation is incredible. Clouds cover the moon and you find yourself on the beach with Spirit in complete darkness. You can feel the narrow straps of her bathing suit come undone and come to life, snaking through the air, wrapping around your body, lifting you up off your feet. Come here, you. So this is what it feels like to fly? Spirit pulls you close. You feel bits of glass press into your flesh. Pain and pleasure mix and wash over you like this ocean salty air stinging your skin. As you writhe against your undead lover, as the pain fills in there, the lighthouse howls. In the darkness, you're pretty sure that Spirit lets the dragon inside of her take over. If it kills you, you're sure it will have all been worth it. The clouds part just as you manage to pull yourself, exhausted, away from Spirit. Oh my. A chunk of broken glass is lodged in your shoulder. When you pluck it from your skin, it drips blood. Sorry, I think this got stuck to me when I was having the best night of my life. Spirit drags her fingertip over the sharp end of the glass shard. Keep it. Consider it a memento. I've got plenty more where that came from. Oh my. You arrive at the beach to find Claudette and Dwight waiting for you. Now is the time, Arctic, to face your destiny. Actually, about that, Arctic, can we talk privately? Maybe not here. Maybe someplace else where it would be better for this talk. You know how we feel about schedule, Spirit. Very strongly. And you know how I feel about you telling me what to do. Don't do it. Like I said, I'd rather have this talk with Arctic privately. It's not right to do it here in front of everyone. You know, from my experience in upper management and my father's mind, I learned that if you're going to fire someone, it's best to do it in public so they don't freak out. Please, enough of the fire talk. Wait, you think... No, she couldn't be. They seem so in love. Well, I mean, not really. Spirit is still Spirit. But if I tried to imagine Spirit in love, I suppose she hasn't attempted to murder Arctic yet, so... Okay, fine. Your guess is as good as mine, really. That girl is very hard to read. A word of advice, though. If you're gonna end it quickly. In my experience, the more pathetic the creature, the more annoying the final howls are. I don't need any advice. Everyone out, except for Arctic. Oh, it's the trickster! Did someone say final howls? That's kind of my whole jam. What is this? Devs need to update that, fix that. I can stay, right? Especially you. Out. Lame. Alone with Spirit, you feel something awful hanging in the air. Maybe awful even when maybe more awful. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Alone with Spirit, you feel something awful hanging in the air. More awful even than the lingering smell of that Cleaver body spray. Ugh, that gag. I'm gagging. We're all gagging for Cleaver body spray. Spirit, Rin, I don't know what you plan on saying, but before you say anything, just know that I really, really enjoyed my time with you. Getting to know you over the past few days helped me to get to know myself. For that, I just wanted to say thank you. That's sweet. You're welcome, and you know what? It's that kind of thing that shows me you've got a good heart inside you. Too good for me to carve out and toss into the ocean, but also too good for me to love. I need someone who shares my interests, someone I can connect with, someone jaded and dispassionate, only driven forward by desire for revenge. I need someone who isn't so warm that I feel cold in comparison. I need someone who isn't you? Can we just be friends? I don't know if... Before you finish, just know, if we're not friends, we'll probably become enemies, and I will destroy you. Friends it is! I'm glad to have... Oh, man! To have you here for me when I need you, but also not too close to me when I don't. So yeah, I'll see you around. Wait, what? That's it? That's how this ends? You're just leaving me here? I'm not sure I'd use the word ends, and for the matter, I wouldn't say that I'm leaving, but we're definitely through. The fact you can't see that, well, it just proves that we never really belonged together anyhow. Good night, Arctic. What the hell? I just spent all this time on this island, doing everything I can to get to know you, only to be told that I should just leave the chocolate factory through the side door? I don't know what that means. Anyway, I said goodnight, Arctic. See you around. Jeez, I'm sorry. What a bummer. Hey, why did she keep saying she'll see me around? Gosh, I have no idea. And so my precious killers lived happily ever after, as they should, learning to love themselves first and foremost, while trapped in a never-ending cycle of torture of my design. Wait, did I just spoil my true identity? You made it this far, you should probably know that you'll have to play again to find out more. Goodbye, Arctic. See you again later, and again, and again, and again. Forever. What? What type of horseshit is this? I did everything I could to bang the spirit, and I guess I did succeed in that, but I didn't get to... We're not together forever? I would have gone with Wraith or Huntress then. At least they would have been, like, madly in love with me. Oh. That makes me really sad. Oh well. And that is Hooked on You, a Dead by Daylight dating sim, with us finishing off with 3 hours, 10 minutes of playtime for dating the Huntress, or not, the Spirit. Even though we didn't really get, you know, success. But that's fine. If you guys would like to see more of this game, maybe I'll do another playthrough. You know, go with somebody else, maybe Huntress, Wraith, probably not Trapper. But we'll see. So thank you all, and I'll see all of you in the next video. Have a wonderful day.